If eating feels like hours in the kitchen, Sunday meal prep marathons, or a level of organization you simply don't have right now, like you do not have the capacity for this, this episode is definitely going to change the way you think about meal planning, because meal planning isn't about being perfect. It's all about reducing decision fatigue, which we need as moms. We're already making so many decisions a million times a day. And most moms are not failing at nutrition. They're exhausted from deciding. I hope you enjoy today's episode. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos? Whether you're 4 weeks postpartum, 2 years in, or done having babies, you deserve to feel like yourself again. Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong Nourished Momma Podcast, where you'll find simple, science-backed strategies to heal your core, rebuild strength, and restore your energy without the overwhelm. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Strong and Nourished Momma Podcast. Today we are talking about something that sounds simple, meal planning, but it feels overwhelming for so many moms. If you've been trying to piece together nutrition advice from Instagram, podcasts, TikTok, or random Google searches, and you're tired of guessing, inside my Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom method, we build this step by step, fueling strength, habits, and structure, not overwhelm. So we make this easy. Go to wellnessbyval.com/program to learn more. Okay, let's talk about meal planning. I think one of the biggest reasons meal planning feels overwhelming right now is the noise. And I was literally just talking about this with a client yesterday, and she has 3 kids, and she's very busy. She's a full-time working mama. One person says, track your macros. Another says, meal prep 20 containers on Sunday. Eat chicken, broccoli, rice. Another says, intuitive eating only. Another person says, go low carb. And you're sitting here thinking, okay, but what am I actually supposed to do? You don't need 17 strategies. You need one clear framework. And when you don't have one, every week feels like starting over, and it sucks, and it's hard, and it's exhausting, and you say, screw this, we're just going to eat whatever's in the freezer. Let's get a frozen pizza, let's get the chicken nuggets, a box of mac and cheese, or let's eat out and order takeout. Here's the truth. Most moms don't struggle because they lack discipline. They struggle because they're trying to DIY something that requires structure. You're guessing what to cook, how much to make, how to fuel your workouts, how to adjust for busy weeks, especially if you're meeting so-and-so on Wednesday night, what are you going to have for lunch the next day? Or if you're out of town, or if your spouse is out of town. And when the week gets chaotic, and listen, mama, it gets chaotic, it is cray-cray, everything falls apart. And it's not because you failed, it's because guessing isn't a system. Guessing isn't a system. We need a system. Progress requires a system. And before we actually dive into what meal planning is and what the framework that I recommend, can I just tell you, just like you, I am busy. I am so busy. I have a full-time job in corporate wellness. I run the podcast 100% just me. I do everything for the podcast. I have my private practice. I have my program. I'm a mom. I like to strength train and work out. I like to sleep. I really like to sleep. It's my priority. And I really try to get 7.5 to 8 hours whenever I can. And even as a sports dietitian, even as someone who genuinely loves planning, like if you know me, I'm a planner. There are weeks where I am so sick of planning what to eat. I will literally text my girlfriends and tell them, their moms too, I can't decide what we're having for dinner one more time. Like if I have to figure out what we're having for dinner one more freaking time, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm sick of making dinner. I'm sick of cleaning up from dinner. I'm sick of dinner. It's exhausting, right? And I love it. I mean, I'm a foodie. Or I'll stand in my kitchen thinking, how am I this educated in nutrition? And I'm still annoyed about going to the grocery store. Like some weeks, there was like 3 weeks in a row, especially because when we were sick, I was doing grocery delivery. Like, okay, it's more expensive. That sucks, but I don't have the capacity to drive to the grocery store to go. Like, I can't do it this week. Meal planning can feel like one more mental load, like one more decision, one more responsibility, one more thing you need to optimize. And that's exactly why we need to change how we think about it, myself included. So I always give myself these little pep talks, and I always tell myself this, because if someone who teaches this for a living, who loves this and does it for a living, if I feel planned fatigue, like planning fatigue is so real for me, then of course you do as well as a busy mom. So let's dive into it. Meal planning is not aesthetic meal prep photos. We love those. We love those. They're beautiful. I try to post some pictures. Sometimes they're not pretty. Like I just did a post on Instagram of what I ate the week of High Rocks, the competition that I did. And some of the pictures were not pretty. And I was even thinking, do I post this? Yeah, heck yeah, I'm going to post this because this is exactly what other moms are eating. Like they're not this aesthetic, Instagram worthy prep photo picture all of the time. Meal planning isn't spending 2 hours, years in the kitchen. It's not these perfect macros and weighing every little thing. It's not cooking something new every single night. Meal planning is future you taking care of tired you. Meal planning is future you taking care of tired you, especially when Thursday rolls around, Friday rolls around. We're exhausted. We're tired. We've been running around and we've been doing so much. So it's really helpful. Meal planning is really helpful in reducing decisions. This is what it is. Or I just have to choose between A and B, 1 or 2. It's protecting your energy at 5 p.m. I was literally talking to a mom in my program earlier today about this, and basically talking about like the evening time and how busy it is, how crazy it is. And like even thinking for me, like protecting your energy at 5 p.m. is so important because there's other things that we can do to be able to have like a really nice evening versus trying to figure out, okay, well, what am I going to make? What am I going to cook? Am I going to have enough for lunch? And then you have your toddler and the kids running around. Meal planning is removing what are we eating panic. So I will talk to clients, I will talk to moms, and I'm getting a 24-hour recall. I'm trying to understand, okay, well, what are some of the things that you are eating from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed? And so when we get to dinner, what are some things that you have for dinner? I'll ask, what did you have for dinner last night? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. And then I'll ask, okay, well, what's on the plan for tonight? Well, there isn't one. I don't know what I'm going to make yet. And dinner's in 3 hours. So when we talk meal planning, that's what we want to focus on. We want to make sure that future you is taking care of tired you. More time now is less time later. We want to reduce those decisions. We want to protect your energy at 5 p.m. And we want to remove the what are we eating panic. That's it. So there's so many ways we can do this, but let's start with this simple framework that you can start to implement now, tonight, this weekend. And this is how I teach it. Step 1, pick 3 protein sources for the week. For you, if your lunches and your breakfast and your lunches are like perfect and you're like, I don't have an issue there, it's just dinner, then focus on those types of protein sources of what you're going to have for dinner. For example, some protein sources can be, especially for dinner, ground beef or ground turkey, chicken thighs, and salmon. Okay, so let's say it's ground beef, chicken thighs, and salmon. Those are my 3 proteins. If you're thinking you want something for breakfast, then maybe it's something like Greek yogurt or eggs, right? And of course, you can intertwine these. You can eat these foods whenever you want. So step 1, you pick 3 protein sources for the week. And then, of course, we're going to make sure we get enough for that week. And we're going to batch prep them. We're going to batch cook them. Okay, done. There's your protein. Step 2, you're going to pick 2 to 3 carb sources. So carb sources, it's going to be your legumes. It's going to be whole grains, starchy veggies, and then it can also be fruit, depending on the amount that you're having. So 2 to 3 carb sources. So if I really want to focus on dinner, we have the ground beef, the chicken thighs, and the salmon. What are some carb sources that go with all 3 of those? Maybe I do a brown rice mixed with quinoa. So I do like half quinoa, half brown rice. So I'm getting 2 plant foods in one, basically. Maybe you just do rice. Maybe I do sweet potatoes, and then maybe I do farro. I really love farro. It's a whole grain. It's really good. And I like to pair it with either chicken or salmon. Really, really good. So that's step 2. Step 3, let's add fruits and veggies that you actually like. So if we're talking dinner, I'm more than likely going to be adding some veggies. And when we're talking veggies, we're talking non-starchy veggies because we already have our starch. We already have our carb picked out. So when you pick your fruits and veggies, or depending on what you're doing, once you have those, you can mix and match your meals. So for me, the protein, step 1, ground beef, chicken thighs, salmon. My carbs, rice, sweet potatoes, farro. Okay, what are my veggies going to be that's going to go with this to actually make it a balanced plate? I'm going to do the salad kits. That's easy. There's lots of plant foods in there. And then maybe I have the frozen green beans. That's easy from Costco. They actually are, I'm not a big fan of frozen veggies, but I really like the frozen green beans from Costco because they cook really well. They're not soggy and they're not gross. Typically, every time I cook frozen veggies, I just don't like the texture and I just don't like it. But the green beans are great. Try them out. So maybe I do the salad kits. I have the green beans in the freezer, and then maybe I get some Brussels sprouts. And so there are some veggies. So now you mix and match the meal. So you batch everything, or you can kind of have a plan of what you're going to pair together anyways. Maybe you do a rice bowl. Maybe you do a sweet potato and ground beef bowl. Maybe you do the salmon farro with the salad. That's something that I've been doing a lot. I love it. It's this Dijon mustard dressing kale cranberry salad kit from Walmart. And I make that. I have the farro and then I have the salmon and then I drizzle a little bit of barbecue. Oh my gosh, it is so, so good. So now you have these balanced meals and you can mix and match things. So if you didn't want the ground beef and the sweet potatoes together, you can do the ground beef and the farro together, or you can do the ground beef and the rice together. Maybe you have tortillas, that could be part of your carb option, but maybe you always have tortillas. You can make a wrap or a burrito. So we're not thinking about this like Pinterest rabbit hole required. Like that's not required, right? Because once you get on Pinterest, then you're there forever. Same with TikTok. We're really talking about structure without overthinking. So let's repeat it. Step 1, this is the simple framework. We want it as simple as we can. Step 1, pick 3 protein sources for the week. Step 2, pick 2 to 3 carb sources. This is going to depend on your activity. This is going to depend on how many people you're feeding. And then step 3, add fruits and vegetables that you actually like, and then mix and match. So when meals are structured, then you're going to have stabilized blood sugar. Your cravings are going to decrease. Your workouts are going to improve. Your energy stays steady and fat loss becomes easier. Your body feels safe. And then you're also not overwhelmed with, it's that time. What are we making for dinner? Oh my gosh. Because consistency is going to beat intensity every single time. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to be consistent. If you're under eating all day and then overwhelmed at night, that's not a willpower issue. That's a planning issue, especially when you're a busy mom and you're working and you're doing all of the things. This is exactly what we build in week 2 of the Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom Method, my 8-week group coaching program. We don't just say, okay, eat better. Bye. We actually determine your protein needs, how to structure plates, how to fuel your workouts, how to reduce cravings, how to make this realistic in mom life. And here are also some ideas and supportive recipes for you to be able to implement into your framework, into your routine. So it's not this generic plan of here you go. It's a framework that you can actually repeat. And then we can also talk about changing and adjusting, especially as life changes or when you travel and go out of town. So we dive into all of this in week 2 of the program. And then we talk about it more throughout the rest of the program. If you've been listening and you've been thinking, I understand this, but I'm not consistent. It's probably not an information problem. You're getting so much information. We all are. Like I heard this term, it's like info beast. Like we have too much information and it's like not helpful at all. It's actually overwhelming. You don't need more tips. You don't need another Instagram save. You don't need more information. You need a clear path. And that's what I help moms build. If you're ready for structure, if you're ready for support and a step-by-step system that fits your real life, you can learn more at wellnessbyval.com/program. Meal planning shouldn't take over your life. It shouldn't, but it is going to help you, okay? It shouldn't take over your life. It's going to be super supportive. It's going to give you more of your life back. That's what we want. Less stress, more energy, fewer start over on Monday moments. That's what we need. So try this framework out. Let me know what you think. 3 easy steps, and you can mix and match. In the program, I help you one-on-one and with others to be able to create something that's specific for you. So again, go to wellnessbyval.com/program to learn more and to enroll today. Thank you so much, Mama. If this episode helped you in any way, please take some time to leave a review and share it with a mama friend. That helps the show grow and get into the more hands of mamas. Thanks so much. Stay strong, stay nourished, and I'll see you next week. Hey mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If you got something out of it or simply enjoyed listening, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom who could use the support? And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in. It truly means the world to me and it helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to go chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I'll be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.